Alright, today I'm ranking every single active map in Phantom Forces. Here we go. We're just gonna get straight into it. Now I have the active maps just pulled up on my other monitor, so I'm just gonna be going in a random order that the list is in. But anyway, starting with Bazaar. Now Bazaar, obviously it's a very CQC oriented map, but it is very fun. I do enjoy it a lot. I think that it is one of the best maps in the whole game to get high kills, and really it's just a lot of fun because you're always going to be seeing people and you're always going to be getting kills, or if you stink you're always going to be getting killed, but obviously that's not a problem for me. So I think this is going to go in high A tier. Alright, next up is Black Site. This is another CQC oriented map. Definitely not as good as Bazaar. I think it's a little bigger and it's a little less open, I guess, because it's more rooms and everything. It's a whole building, but I think it's still a good map. Not the best CQC map in the game. Maybe it's in the top 5 CQC maps, but overall it's just, you know, it's an alright map. Sometimes it has its moments, but I'm gonna put it in high B tier. Now next up is Castle Keep, and honestly I'm gonna put this one in, I'm gonna go high C tier. I know I've been going high A, high B, high C. We just got more maps to do, okay? Anyways, it's a little boring sometimes. I think it's kind of a lot to take in, you know. It's kind of mid-range oriented, which is not a problem, but I don't know. It's just not super fun to me. It's alright, like every map, it has its moments sometimes, but I'm just not a huge fan, so high C tier. Alright, next up is Containers of Fun. Now, Containers of Fun is one of the newer maps, and it's pretty interesting, and by interesting I mean it is completely CQC based. You should definitely want a shotgun on this map. You can get 100 kills like it's nothing on this map if you're using a shotgun or like the PPSH or something. So I'm gonna put Containers of Fun in, do I put it above Bazaar? I'm gonna put it above Bazaar just because it's really fun. If you don't like playing against shotguns, then you probably don't like this map, but I think just use a shotgun and then you'll be fine. You'll get a ton of kills and you'll have a great time. Anyways, next map, Crane Sight. Okay, Crane Sight is an instant S tier. This is one of the most iconic maps in all of Phantom Forces. You can snipe on this map, you can use an assault rifle on this map. It's a great map. The cranes are obviously really fun additions to the game, I guess, because going up there you're super high up in the map, you can see everybody, but also everybody can just shoot at you. I think it's super fun, one of the best sniping maps in the whole game. Instant S tier for Crane Sight. And also the maps with revamps, I'm just going to be putting them together, so this includes Crane Sight revamp. They are different, but they're not different enough for me to want to rank them separately. And next up we have Derrick. Derrick is a good map, I think. I'm gonna put it in mid B tier. I think Derrick is just the definition of like an average map. The only reason you're voting for Derrick is because there's no better map on the vote. So I mean, it can be fun. I've had good moments on it, and I keep saying that, but that happens for every map. But there's nothing really special about Derrick, so actually I'm gonna put it in high C tier. Above Castle Keep though. I'll put it above Castle Keep. And next up, Desert Storm. Big surprise, instant S tier, above Crane Sight. You can do anything on this map. It is just, this map kind of is Phantom Forces, honestly. Another great sniper map where you can also run around with an AR or an SMG or a shotgun and still have fun on this map. Very big, very open. It's the perfect map, and it is probably the most iconic map in all of Phantom Forces. And next up we have Dunes. Now Dunes, if I can find it, Dunes is a good map. It's a good sniper map, and I like sniping, so that gives it an edge. But sometimes this map just does not hit. Sometimes you'll vote for Dunes. I'll definitely vote for it more than Derrick, but it's good to play on. I have fun on it a lot because it's a good sniper map, but I just think other maps are better. And with that being said, I will put it behind Black Site because it is still good for sniping and I love sniping. Alright, next up is Elevation. Elevation's a good map. It's a CQC map. It is a little confusing at first. It does require a bit more map knowledge than the other maps, but it is still a fun map. It's another map that you can use a shotgun on or the PPSH on and just get a ton of kills. Not quite as good as Bazaar or Containers. Probably not even as good as Black Site. Actually, no. I'm gonna put it next to Black Site. I think they are about equal, so. And next up we have Height. Height is a fun map. It's another good sniper map. I think the kind of, whatever you call it, the bridges connecting the buildings, those are pretty fun to get into firefights in. And it's a pretty small map, relatively speaking. And honestly, I say it's good for sniping, but I prefer to use an AR or an SMG on this map, just because on either building you can always get, you know, snuck up on, and people will be running around the whole map. So not a great sniper map, honestly. It is like, you can kind of tell it's sniper oriented because of the two buildings, but it's not really the greatest sniper map. I don't use a sniper on it, but anyways, I'm gonna put it, let's go just behind Black Site and Elevation. Now next up we got Fortress, which I don't think is on here, but that's okay because I can just add it in. Fortress is a good map. Again, I think it's kind of like Derrick, where you're only voting for it if there's no other good maps. I'm gonna put it just ahead of Derrick. It's another CQC oriented map, but like Derrick, it's just, there's not really anything special about it. I'm usually gonna vote for a different map. And now we got Highway Lot. I love Highway Lot. This is another super iconic map, great for sniping, great for really anything. King of the Hill on this map or Flare Dom, I think those are where those game modes are at their best. I'm gonna put it S tier behind Crane Sight and Desert Storm. It's a great map. I love sniping on it. I love shotgunning on it, SMGing on it, assault rifling on it. It's just a great map. And with that being said, Industry is next, and Industry is not a great map. I'm not a huge fan of Industry. I think just the way it's designed, it's really weird in terms of player rotation, if that makes any sense. Maybe it doesn't, but I am never voting for this map. It's alright, I guess. Now, I said that I have my moments on all of these maps, every map, but not really on Industry, and because of that, I'm going to put it in D tier. And next up is Mall. I think this is a good map. I'm going to put it in high A tier just because it's one of the older maps. It's pretty iconic. I think Revamp is a little better, but I am still going to be grouping them together. And what's great about Mall, I think, is just that you can be jumping through all the windows and everything, going up flights of stairs, and it is kind of CQC based, or no, it is CQC based because it's mostly indoors, but there are going to be some snipers occasionally on top of that little roof thing. Not a sniper map though, not a sniper map. So Mall, I'll vote for Mall for sure every now and then. Definitely a map that I'm glad is still in the game, but it's not, you know, it's not as good as these S tier maps. And now, here we go. This is a pretty big one. Metro. Do I think it's the best map in the game? No. And in fact, I'm actually going to put it at third best right now. Maybe I'll change these eventually. But Metro is just a great map, an iconic map, obviously. Everybody's voting for Metro all the time. But my problem with it that makes it not the best map in the game is that I love sniping. And you can snipe on Metro, but please do not call it a sniper map. I understand that you get this super long, whatever you want to call it, line of sight, I guess, through the whole map when you get up the escalators, but it is still not a sniper map. This is a map where I think it's at its best when everybody's running around playing the objective, if there is an objective, and just getting constantly in firefights on one side of the map or the other side of the map or the middle of the map. I think is the best spot to get in firefights. When you have people coming up from the group of escalators that are next to the C objective and Flare Dom, and then you have the other team coming from the other side, coming up from the B objective on Flare Dom, and then you just meet in the middle and you start this big firefight. That is like peak Phantom Forces. And this map, because of the cover and how tall the cover is, this is definitely the best head glitching map in the game. Whether you like that or not, I do love head glitching. But Metro, there's not really a whole lot of bad stuff you can say about this map. It's a great map, super iconic. You've probably played it the majority of your games, so you kind of get used to it anyways. And now we got Mirage. I'm not a huge fan of Mirage because, and I know I said I'm a sniper guy, but I'm not a huge fan of Mirage because you can only snipe on this map. And because of how many buildings there are and how much cover there is, sniping on this map can be kind of boring. It's a lot of camping, which I don't like. I like moving around and sniping. It's a lot of camping, and it encourages the kind of sniping that I don't like, which is campy sniping. So I'm gonna put it in high B tier because of that. But it's still a sniper map, so I like it. And now we got Penthouse, another CQC based map. A lot of them are CQC based if you haven't noticed. But Penthouse is a good map. I'm going to put it in high B tier, just above Mirage. And this is another map where you can get high kills pretty easily with a shotgun or whatever. I don't really have much to say about it. It's just another CQC map, and it's a good one. So high B tier. And now we have, oh boy, this is a big one for me. I'm actually working on a separate video about this map just by itself because of how much I love this map. Except I'm debating on whether or not to put it as the best in the game. Yeah, I'm going to put it there. I love Rabbit so much. It's the best sniping map in the game if you ask me. The buildings and the pipe and the sniper's den next to the trees, it's just, oh my goodness. Everything about this map is perfect, and that is all I'm gonna say. And next up we got Rig, a CQC map, mid-range map. I think it's pretty good. I'll vote for it every now and then. I don't really know what to say about this one. It's got a lot of buildings and interiors, but most of the firefights happen outside, so I think it is pretty fun. There's a lot of floors, I guess, a lot of layers to the map that make it really fun. And I'm gonna put it in low A tier actually, just behind Mall. And now we got Ruins. I'm not a huge Ruins fan. I think it's just too big, and it is a CQC to mid-range map, but it's big and you can't snipe on it, so I feel like this map is just a lot of running around. Because of that, I'm gonna put it in low C tier. Alright, next up we got Suburbia. Suburbia is a good map. I like this map. You can snipe on it. I don't snipe on it, but you can snipe on it and have a good time. I definitely think it's a more CQC based map. Or well, it is a more CQC based map. But King of the Hill on this map, Flare Dom, it's another map like Highway Lot where those game modes, the location based objective game modes, whatever, are really good. So I'm gonna put it in high A tier actually. I'm gonna vote for this map most of the time unless there's one of these better maps on the vote. And next up we got Transit. I think Transit's alright. It's another map where I think it's kind of just a lot of running around sometimes. You can get hit from a lot of angles, so sometimes I just, I'm running around, I get shot in the back. I can't, maybe I just suck at this map, but I don't really like it a whole lot. Or I guess I shouldn't say that. I think I'm kind of neutral on it. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm gonna put it in C tier just above Ruins. And now, this is a good one to end on. We got Warehouse. Now Warehouse it's a very sweaty map, and I do have some problems with it, mostly just the wall banging that always happens because everything's made out of cardboard or wood or whatever, so you can just get wall banged through literally anything, which, you know, when people are just abusing LMGs, it can make this map pretty unfun. But it is very sweaty, so that means that naturally I'm better at it because I'm such a sweaty player and I need to touch grass. But it's still fun. I think you can do literally anything on this map. You can snipe if you wanted to, even though it's not going to be great, but it's just a good map. It's a box, you know. People on both teams are going to be all around the map all the time, which is good, I think. It's open in the middle, which is more mid-range, but on the sides, obviously, you'll be running around using CQC guns, whatever. And I think it really just balances every kind of playstyle in the game, if that makes any sense. And even though you can't really snipe on this map, and I like sniping, I'm still going to put it in low S tier behind Highway Lot. Some people probably love this map, they think it's the best in the game, and those people are the ultra sweats, like Spirals. I'm sorry, Spirals. He's probably not going to see this, but, you know, he probably agrees anyways, right? You heard it here, guys. Spirals is a warehouse merchant. If he did not have warehouse, he would stink at this game. I'm just kidding, Spirals. I know I just said he's probably not going to watch this, and he probably won't, but you're very good, and I hope to someday be as good as you. Alright, and that is it. That is every active map in Phantom Forces ranked. If your favorite map is in B tier or C tier, or if your favorite map is Industry, which is not true, then I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings, but it's just the truth. This is the objective map tier list. This is 100% accurate, and you can't disagree with it. So yeah, you're welcome. Now you know what maps are good and what maps are not good. I'm just kidding. You can have your own opinions, guys. Don't worry. I don't think these rankings are too controversial, but, you know, on the internet, there's some weird people out there, so. But anyways, that is all I got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider dropping a like and a sub, and till next time.